I am Caitlyn Clark, and I refuse to return to the WNBA for the upcoming game against the Dream because Brittney Griner is not worthy of being my opponent. Honestly, I never thought I'd make such a decision, but after deep reflection, I've realized that the competitive spirit of this game has been compromised. Brittney Griner's presence and her style of play have completely eroded my interest in competing against her. First, I must point out that Brittney's playing style has always made me uncomfortable. She constantly relies on pushing, pulling, and even dirty fouls to gain an advantage, while the referees turn a blind eye. As a professional athlete, I find this behavior repulsive. The WNBA should be a platform to showcase true basketball skills, not a battlefield tainted by unfair tactics. Even more unsettling, while Brittney Griner has publicly identified as female, there have been persistent rumors that she may have been born with a Y chromosome or even as male, raising questions about whether she truly belongs in a women's basketball league. Brittney's presence should have been a point of pride for the WNBA, but her improper conduct and the cloud of doubt surrounding her gender have left me exhausted and disappointed in sharing the court with her. I will not return to the WNBA until the league restores its rightful purity, until the day comes when victories are earned.
Nah, it wasn't about the language.
You said you didn't remember what you said during that viral moment after you fouled out against the Indiana Fever. A lot of people believe what you said was effing white girl or effing white girls. Is it possible that's what you said?
No, would never say that.
The real issue? Caitlyn Clark just cracked the WNBA wide open, and now the whole league's shaking. Word on the street is she's pointing fingers at a secret list of protected players that the league's been quietly covering for, even though some of them are out here breaking rules that go against everything the W claims to stand for. And guess who's right at the top of that list? Brittney Griner. Yeah, her. For months, folks been whispering that the WNBA plays favorites, that when rookies get disrespected, shoved around, or pushed to the sidelines, the league just looks the other way, especially if it's one of their golden stars doing the damage. Some say there's been dirty behavior swept under the rug, stuff that could even mess with eligibility to play in the first place, if you catch the drift. Now here's where it turns up. Brittney's been coming at Caitlyn hard, throwing shade and even allegedly dropping slurs toward her. But people are starting to say it ain't just beef, it's fear. Brittney's allegedly been bullying Caitlyn because Caitlyn found out something major. And now Caitlyn's done being quiet. She's not biting her tongue anymore. She's fed up. She's naming names and dropping receipts. And this ain't just gossip. This is about to blow the whole lid off the WNBA. And guess what? She's not just going at Brittney. She's aiming at the whole league. Buckle up. Lately, the WNBA's been real messy. Drama flying from every angle. And it's not even about the game anymore. It all hit a new level when whispers started swirling. Caitlyn stepping up and calling it all out. The bullying. The double standards. And now, verse racism that's been making waves behind the scenes.
It's like everybody asks me like where I think this is gonna go and what it's gonna be, and like I don't really have an answer, because if you would have told people this is where the WNBA is, 5 years ago, you would have said this is where we're gonna be now. People probably wouldn't have believed you, because they never thought that was possible. They never thought people would buy tickets. They never thought we'd play on ABC. Never thought we'd be on ESPN. They never thought it'd be sold out arenas, or little kids wanted to wear WNBA jerseys, whatever it was. So I think it's hard to say where it's going to continue to grow. I think the smartest thing would be to get in.
And let's not sugarcoat it. Her biggest target is Brittney Griner. Brittney's name has always been tied to controversy. But the way she's been coming after Caitlyn, it's got fans shook. People are saying Caitlyn might be sitting on some behind-the-scenes truth about Brittney that the public hasn't heard yet. And Brittney? She might be lashing out because she's scared that truth is about to come out. If you've been keeping score, then you already know Brittney's been in some sticky situations. Remember those viral clips where people online started speculating about her identity? That opened the floodgates. Then in 2023, it got even messier when she got ambushed by YouTuber Alex Stein at the airport. Yeah, that scene. She was just trying to catch a flight to Indiana with her team after back-to-back games against the Wings when Alex pulled up wild in, screaming, recording, turning the whole place into chaos. Security jumped in fast. Brittney didn't get hurt, but the headlines exploded. Some folks said it was racially motivated. Others thought it had everything to do with those rumors still following her like a shadow. Fast forward to now, Caitlyn's stepping right into that heat with her own story. And if what she found is that serious, it could explain why Brittney's been so on edge every time she's around. But here's the real twist. Why has Brittney made Caitlyn her personal target? Why does it seem like other players are throwing shots at Caitlyn too? Let's be honest, Caitlyn's not even out here chasing drama. She's focused. She plays her game, minds her business, and keeps winning. And still, drama finds her every time. From the second she touched WNBA soil, she flipped the whole system. The Caitlyn Clark effect is real, and the league knows it. Just look at the numbers. When Caitlyn plays, the seats fill up, viewership goes crazy, her merch sells out in minutes, and fans are spending like never before. One name, one jersey, one player. Caitlyn's moving the whole economy of the league, and maybe, just maybe, that's why people are trying to dim her light. But she ain't going nowhere, and now she's got the mic. So stay locked in, because this story, it's just getting started. Like, share, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Caitlyn Clark's not just changing the game, she's saving the league. Executives at the top are smiling big because the money she's pulling in, it's historic. The WNBA is projected to hit over $1 billion this year, and let's not lie, a massive chunk of that is thanks to her. Caitlyn's bringing in fans, sponsors, and headlines like never before. She's not just a player, she's the main event. Off the court, she's sweet, respectful, always repping the fans. So why does it feel like half the league got a personal vendetta against her? This ain't just competitive tension, it's turning into full-blown bullying. The way players are coming at her during games has everyone watching. Analysts, fans, even ex-pros. And they're all asking the same thing. What's really going on? Just pull up the footage. Game after game, team after team. Every time Caitlyn steps on the court, it feels like she's being hunted.
She almost ruined Caitlyn Clark. In a recent game, Brittney Griner caused a huge controversy after delivering a vicious elbow to Caitlyn Clark's throat, injuring her and forcing Caitlyn to miss following match.
Honestly, I have no idea. I was just trying to get to the handshake line and shake hands and, be grateful that my team was in that position. That's all you can do is, hold your head high, be proud of what you did, and, all the credit in the world to LSU. They were tremendous. They deserve it. They had a tremendous season. Kim Mulkey coached them so well. She's one of the best basketball coaches of all time, and it shows, and she only said really kind things to me in the handshake line, so I'm very grateful for that too. But honestly, I have no idea, and I was just trying to, spend the last few moments on the court with, especially the 5 people that I've started 93 games.
You see her getting elbowed, tripped, shoved, even straight up slammed to the floor. Yeah, basketball's physical, but this is targeted. And here's the wild part. Everyone knows she's the league's biggest moneymaker right now. And Caitlyn, she ain't soft. She sees what's going on, and she's starting to call it out. Word is, she's had enough of the WNBA protecting their favorites while letting other players get crushed. But she's not just complaining. She's making moves behind the scenes, trying to change how the league works from the inside. She's pushing for real equality. Same rules, same respect. For everyone, whether you're a rookie or a vet, a fan favorite or not. All she wants is to hoop and go home. But instead, she's getting ganged up on, mostly by vets who feel like she's stepping into their spotlight. But out of all the names being thrown around, one stands out like a neon sign: Brittney Griner. People are calling Brittney the main aggressor when it comes to Caitlyn. And things hit the fan when the cameras caught her allegedly saying something wild during a heated match. If you missed it, don't worry. It blew up online. It all went down during a tense rematch between Indiana and Atlanta. Brittney had been physical all night, and when she picked up her final foul on Caitlyn, she fouled out. That should have been it. But as she walked off the court, cameras zoomed in and allegedly caught her yelling at Caitlyn, calling her trash and an effing white girl. And when that clip hit the timeline, boom, the internet erupted. People were calling Brittney out heavy for that one. The backlash was fast and loud. Some folks said it was the kind of outburst that should have ended her career right there. Riley Gaines, the former NCAA swimmer who's always speaking out online, didn't hold back. She tweeted, Brittney Griner appeared to call Caitlyn Clark trash and an effing white girl after fouling out last night. Just a reminder, this is who we traded for the Russian merchant of death. Now imagine if Clark had said the reverse. That post lit up the internet. Suddenly, people were dragging the WNBA for what looked like blatant double standards. One post read, WNBA, why don't you investigate the players who've actually made racist remarks toward white athletes? Angel Reese is one. Brittney Griner is another. Every player who's targeted Caitlyn Clark verbally and physically should be looked into. Another person wrote, this right here is exactly why I stopped watching the WNBA. Racism, chaos, and now men playing in it. It's disgusting. And the worst part? The league stayed silent. No statement, no fine, no nothing. That silence? It spoke loud. Too loud. Because let's be honest, if Caitlyn had been the one caught saying something racially offensive to Brittney, the media would have been on her neck instantly. We're not talking just angry fans or hot takes from Twitter. This would have turned into a full-blown media circus. At minimum, she'd be dragged into apology interviews across every network. At worst, a major suspension, fines, sponsors pulling out, career-ending stuff. But Brittney, so far, nothing. And people are noticing. The double standard ain't just obvious. It's undeniable. Fans are done staying quiet. And this fire, it's just starting to burn. Like, share, comment below, and don't forget to subscribe, because this saga is far from over. See you on the next one. Not a single fine. No suspension. Not even a weak apology. The WNBA just stayed silent. Like none of it ever happened. No official statement. No executives stepping up. Nobody called Brittney out, and she sure wasn't offering up any regrets either. No apology, no explanation, nothing. And when she finally was asked about the incident, Brittney brushed it off like it was no big deal, claimed she didn't remember what she said in the heat of the moment, then added she was pretty sure it wasn't anything offensive. But come on, everyone could tell she was dodging. That answer just made fans even more heated. Clips started flying across social media. Fans replayed the audio again and again, arguing over what she really said. Was it effing white girl or effing whack call? Nobody could say for sure. But here's what was clear. Brittney was aiming straight at Caitlyn with serious disrespect. Slur or not, that moment was ugly, and it exposed a bigger issue. Why didn't the WNBA do anything about it? Most players would have been benched, fined, or completely blacklisted for even half of what Brittney pulled. But somehow, she walked away untouched. And that's when people started connecting the dots. She doesn't just have league protection. She might have powerful people backing her from way up top. Don't forget the most bizarre plot twist in her career: the international prison swap. Yeah, Brittney was released from a Russian prison in a deal that left people speechless. She was traded for Victor Bout, an infamous arms dealer with global charges on his name. The world watched that go down and said, wait, what? Why her? Out of all the Americans locked up overseas, why was Brittney the one chosen? What made her so special? That deal raised way more questions than answers. And fans haven't forgotten. They've been side-eyeing her ever since, wondering if the WNBA, and maybe others, have been protecting more than just a player. Rumors swirled. Was this just about basketball? Or was there another layer? Politics, image, secrets. And now, Caitlyn Clark has allegedly stumbled onto the truth. Once she found out what really went down behind closed doors with that prison deal, she wasn't about to stay quiet. Sources say Caitlyn took it straight to the top, not just to coaches or staff, but to WNBA execs themselves. She laid it all out, everything she'd uncovered about Brittney's background and what was being swept under the rug. And when word got back to Brittney, she flipped. Her attitude toward Caitlyn shifted overnight. Brittney allegedly started pressing even harder, not just talking trash, but getting real aggressive. The tension exploded. And then came that now infamous interview. Remember when Brittney publicly vented about how Caitlyn was ruining the WNBA's vibe? Yeah, she actually said that. She claimed the league used to be chill, where you could bring a laptop, relax, and maybe get some work done during the game. But ever since Caitlyn arrived, the crowd changed. Fans were screaming, getting hyped, treating it like a full-on event. She called the energy toxic, said players were being pressured to perform like entertainers, and then she dropped this eyebrow raiser. I saw a guy with his daughter yelling something. I couldn't hear it, but it felt like shade or maybe some light racism. What does that even mean? Her whole rant came off more like jealousy than anything real. Since when is a hyped crowd a bad thing in sports? And seriously, who shows up to a WNBA game with a laptop to get work done like it's a coffee shop? Fans weren't buying it. They saw through the act. Brittney wasn't upset about the crowd. She was mad the spotlight had shifted, and now it was squarely on Caitlyn Clark. The jealousy was leaking all over the place, and Brittney's been throwing low-key shade for a while, from interviews to slick posts online. One moment had people doing double takes. After a win against the Indiana Fever, Brittney posted, "A dub in front of the home crowd last night." Here's the thing. Caitlyn didn't even play that game. She was out, injured from a previous match where she got roughed up. That post? It looked like a direct shot. A dig at Caitlyn while she was literally down. Fans saw it for what it was. Petty. At that point, Brittney wasn't even trying to hide it anymore. And all those jabs, all that disrespect, it finally pushed Caitlyn to the edge. But she didn't break. She clapped back. Caitlyn decided to expose everything. Not just the drama, but the buried truths the WNBA's been keeping under wraps, especially when it comes to certain players who, according to whispers, may not even be representing themselves truthfully to the public. And no, we're not talking about gender transitions or surgeries. This isn't about identity choices. It's about deception. It's about the league allegedly breaking its own rules behind the scenes, protecting chosen stars while others take the fall, making heroes out of a few and turning others into scapegoats. The favoritism? It's been loud. The bullying? Documented. The league's silence? Deafening. And the fans? They're done being quiet, because stuff like this ain't new. It's shown up in women's sports before. But this time, the whispers are turning into shouts. People are calling for investigations, asking if Brittney Griner has been protected at the cost of real accountability. And the league's reputation? It's hanging by a thread. But here's the real kicker. Caitlyn's not just talking. She's reportedly sent the receipts, all of them. Proof of favoritism, bias, and a system that's been quietly protecting its chosen few. She sent it straight to league executives. And once it all goes public, the WNBA could be in for a rude awakening. Right now, fans are locked in, watching Caitlyn's every move. Whether she's lighting up the scoreboard or dropping truth bombs off the court, she's just getting warmed up. A whole wave of people believe she's been treated unfairly from day one, and now she's flipping the script. Rumor is she's about to drop another round of receipts. And if what we're hearing is true, the NBA's image may never recover. Now we want to hear from you. Do you think the rumors about Brittney Griner and the WNBA are true? Is Caitlyn just reacting, or finally standing up the way she should? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to keep the conversation alive, and make sure you check out our next one. You won't want to miss it. Catch you next time.